Hello viewers, this is Dr. Sangeeta Datta, consultant psychiatrist, and today we shall discuss about the complications that we get to see in the modern world in romantic relationships. Romantic relationships could be between married people, could be before marriage, or it could be during adolescence, during adulthood, etc. We must realize that during adolescence, because of hormonal changes in the bodies of boys and girls, an attraction develops between the opposite sexes and they think this is love. This is not love, this is infatuation. It's a kind of attraction which is because of hormonal changes. We need to educate our children before they attain puberty about infatuation so that they know that this is a temporary phase, it is not going to last. This is pertinent, this is relevant because a lot of adolescents these days, because of the gadgets that they have, mobile phone, WhatsApp, Facebook, SMSs, they get attracted towards the opposite sex and then they get into a relationship very easily. It starts with a good morning message or a good night message, and then the messages keep on increasing, and then comes phone calls, and finally they realize they are in a relationship even before they are mature enough to understand what a relationship is all about. On top of this, there is the role of peer pressure, because these days if an adolescent or a young adult does not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, he or she is bullied at school or in the college or at their workplace. So because of this pressure also they give in, because of the attraction also they give in. Ultimately, we need to educate them about this beforehand so that they don't fall prey to such attraction, to such pressures from their peers. Now, a lot of children who have actually got into associations and relationships during adolescence, they fall victims of rejection, of depression, of anxiety, etc. because they think that this is the person for them, and which is not true. Within a short span of time, which is within a few months or within 1 or 2 years, one of the people in such a relationship during adolescence loses the attraction towards the other person, and maybe could get attracted towards somebody else, or maybe could realize his or her priorities. In that case, the person who gets rejected or dumped goes through what is called rejection sensitivity. This person also loses a lot of time that he or she should have invested in his career, in his academics, or in relationships at home or with friends. As a result of that, they go through different mental problems, and some of them even commit or end their lives through suicide. It's very sad. A lot of adults also these days get into relationships, romantic ones, very readily. We need a romantic partner, undoubtedly. We have a lot of needs, emotional needs, physical needs, social needs, etc., financial needs, etc. So people do get into relationship. But before getting into a relationship, you must understand whether your partner is of a similar mindset or not, because a lot of people are incompatible and they don't even spend time to find out if they're compatible or not. It's like they meet one day, the next day they start messaging, the third day they start talking, and everything happens in a haste, and the fourth day they're dating, and the fifth day they're already having a physical relationship. Yes, it is as fast as this. And what happens is that because the speed is very high, this also ends fast. And when these kind of relationships end, there is heartbreak for at least one person. The person who was emotional or sensitive. Sometimes it's for both. And when there is heartbreak, there are emotional issues, there are psychiatric issues, depression, anxiety, alcoholism, etc. And more so, it leaves scars for the future, because now the person cannot trust somebody else readily in the future. A lot of relationships today are complex because, not because this particular relationship is complex, but because of a very complex past. Because a lot of people have already had 4 or 5 or 6 or more than that relationships before they have entered into this relationship. And as a result of this, they carry some emotional baggage from the past, which is very unfortunate. A lot of people get into physical relationships very soon, and often one is rejected because sometimes people don't feel that there is anything left to acquire if they stay back in the relationship, because these days relationships is all about calculation. What I give to you and what you give to me, it's about give and take, which is again very unfortunate. We cannot call this love. It is very easy to say I love you, but love means mutual respect, mutual understanding, and being with the other person through thick and thin. And there is always sacrifice, adjustment in love. Love is not about revenge, that when someone refuses to be with you in a relationship, you go and throw acid on her or his face. Love cannot be revenge. Love cannot be domination or control. You cannot be in love with a partner and yet hit her or hit him. So please understand what is love. It can be a relationship. It can be a calculated relationship of convenience. It can be attraction, but it cannot be love. So apart from this, we get to see a lot of people in marriages who are married, yet they get into relationships outside marriage very readily. They say they're not happy at home, so they're trying to be happy outside. It simply means that you are going on the wrong track, because maybe temporarily you will get some amount of pleasure from such associations, from extramarital associations, but in the long run, you are the person who's going to lose everything. Lose everything in terms of you will lose your mental peace, because all the while you'll have to try and maintain a balance between the person at home and the person outside, or the people outside, because it's often multiple partners outside. So this way you will lose your sleep, your peace of mind, and you may become depressed, and you may become stressed out. A lot of such people are not happy in their associations outside, and they're not happy at home too. Instead of doing that, try and work on your relationship at home. And if it is just a calculated relationship where you stay back because of for the sake of your children or for the sake of society, I would say please do not do this. If a relationship is not working out, there are dignified ways of bringing an end to it, and yet not get vindictive with each other also at the same time. We never want marriages to break down, but marriages will not break down provided we build ourselves up from very early age in a way that we don't get into quick relationships and don't get out of relationships quickly also. A stable marriage or a stable relationship is a result of continued efforts and training oneself from many years before a person enters into a relationship. Don't burn yourself before you find your partner. So let's believe in love. Let's believe marriages are made in heaven. Let's believe that people are made for each other, and for that we will have to do away with our materialistic attitude, with our egocentric attitudes, and let's once again believe in the beauty of love and the beauty of being in love with one person for an entire life. If you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe it and also like this. And we promise to come back to you with yet another interesting topic. Till then, goodbye and take care.